So the car sits on the grid then. On the front row, it is Malcolm Scott, who got pole position by less than a tenth a second, and it's Dallara Formula 3 car from 1998. The Lola of Robbie Watts sits alongside him. On the second row is Richard Purcell and Tony Bishop. On the third row is Russ Giles and Kevin Mason. On the fourth row is the Formula Renault of Antonio Pieri, and his is the first non-Formula 3 type of car. Alongside him is Chris Atterman, the Bone. Then it's the Formula Vauxhall Lotus of Jared Wood, and alongside him is Jim Timms. And the race is about to get underway because the red lights are on. It's been a slightly shortened race because the first race was delayed. But so it's a 12-minute race. It's a great start from Malcolm Scott. Robbie Watts is going to have to defend in second position. They head down to Paddock Hill Bend for the first time. A few people swapping positions in the middle of the pack. I think Tony Bishop will have third position as they now head up towards Druids for the first time of asking then, and I think it is Bishop there in third, but the two leaders, this is Malcolm Scott just ahead of Robbie Watts, and somebody runs out wide, losing out position on the exit of Druids, as they head into Graham Hill Bend for the first time. Then all these single-seater cars, Slicks and Wings, they head now down the Cooper Straight, and it's Robbie Watts versus Malcolm Scott, the two 750 Motor Cup Formula 4 drivers at the front of the pack. As they head into Clearways, already trying the outside line is Robbie Watts, can't get through this time though. Battle for third as well between Bishop and Purcell, but nose to tail over the lead. Robbie Watts in the slipstream of Malcolm Scott as they cross the line for the first time, and they now put on the brakes. And now look, you see Malcolm Scott seeing more speed, now battle for the third position as well. The Tristan Cliff car of Tony Bishop there in third position, just ahead of the second of those Dallara, and that battle Richard Purcell. Dallara at the front as well though in the 13-year-old Formula 3 car. It's Malcolm Scott with Robbie Watts right behind him in the Lola. They're sitting in second, then not behind them either with Bishop and Purcell battle. They're down the Cooper Straight they go then for the second time 30s. Then McLaren and Clearways, and they got both cars go really wide in the two leaders there, just about a car left between the two leaders. They put the power, they go around Clark Curve to complete the second lap of the race, and they power across the line. And this is again Malcolm Scott seems to have more speed, pulling away down the straight. He's got a 6/10 of a lead in this battle for third. Anthony Bishop trying to fend off, and he is doing at the moment. Richard Purcell cannot find a way through. They head now up to Druids. The Druids tapping now with a bit of extra tarmac this year, so cars hopefully don't get stuck in the gravel and try not to cause so many red flags. This Bishop Purcell battle really going well. The two drivers really enjoying themselves. Then this massive battle for fifth position is being led at the moment by Russ Giles in the Dallara, just ahead of the Formula Renault car of Antonio Pieri. They all head down to 30s then for the third time of asking. Great battle it is. Now for the lead though, nose to tail still between Malcolm Scott and Robbie Watts as they break into Paddock Hill Bend for another time. Then they climb Howard Hill. Close battle here between Malcolm Scott and Robbie Watts. Robbie Watts had a good battle last year throughout the year with Ollie Stirrell in the 70i Cup Formula 4 Championship. Stirrell just won that one, but Robbie Watts gets right underneath the race leader Malcolm Scott as they head through Graham Hill Bend. Couldn't find a way through though, but almost run into the back of him. Now through 30s, then McLaren and Clearways. Watts goes to the outside, can't find a way through there though. They try to get the through back. We've seen this lots of times here, racing for Clearways, and now they go drive around the outside of the Clark Curve, trying to get through still. Can't get through. So Robbie Watts run out so wide, I think he may well have been on the grass and the exit of Clark Curve, but couldn't find a way past Malcolm Scott. Malcolm Scott doing a good defensive job here. So they head through Druids. They're soon going to have traffic. And Robbie Watts right underneath the gearbox of the race leader Malcolm Scott. He still can't find a way through. They go right around the outside of Graham Hill Bend. Can't do that either. Not a massive surprise he couldn't go around the outside of Graham Hill Bend. Andrew Heath will be the first piece of lappery now as they go into McLaren, and Robbie Watts goes right around the outside. Both cars go either side of the back marker, and now Robbie Watts takes the lead of the race. They've got another back marker going past, and they're going to go side by side through Clark Curve. Robbie Watts is on the grass this time. He's on the grass, and that's going to lose him quite a bit of time. Malcolm Scott's got a bigger lead now as they try to lap the Lola of Eddie Guest, the Formula Ford car. He went all over the grass. Did Robbie Watts, and now Diver put his side of the same car. There is Purcell, Anthony Purcell No, so Richard Pithell tried to go up on the inside of him there, and he just almost got squeezed to the inside of the circuit a bit more than he was hopeful, but he's still battling away with Andy Bishop as they head into Graham Hill Bend for another time. But Robbie Watts was lucky not to spin the car as he headed onto the grass on the exit of Clark Curve, absolutely flat out in these cars. Now, good battle here. The yellow flags are out, and I think we have a car stationary down the straight. That could well be Russ Giles. But this good battle, Antonio Imperi involved in that. But the leaders almost back together again. Robbie Watts has had a good lap, even though he had that off. Malcolm Scott's going to have to defend again. If they're going to have more trackers, they come to Druridge. Robbie Watts has had problems with traffic in the past, and again today, not really working his way. We've got a Formula Ford car to lap now, and right under the rear of him goes Malcolm Scott. He had to back out of that bit. Robbie Watts is right behind him again as they head into Graham Hill Bend, and Robbie Watts has been right underneath that rear wing so many times in this race of Malcolm Scott. Through 30s they go, and there's only a car left between the two cars. To the outside goes Robbie Watts, can't find a way through there. Now we have seen him sweep back. Let's see what he does this time round then. He's right behind him as they head now through Clark Curve. Nose to tail between the two leaders. Now they head down a paddock. Robbie Watts looking for a way through, can't do it this time. He goes to the outside, but that's not going to be a passing opportunity through Paddock Hill Bend. Now they climb up Hailwood Hill to the Druids hairpin. The slowest corner circuit. Robbie Watts is trying to come around the outside of Kane. Now he cuts back, and he's going to now have the outside for Graham Hill Bend. That's not going to happen, although he's going to try it once again. He did start to level a few laps ago on the outside. Now down the Cooper Straight they will go. They pass that stationary car on the inside the circuit, and Robbie Watts all over the back of Malcolm Scott. Now through McLaren, he tries to come around the outside again, and he's over alongside him once again. Side by side through clearways, and Robbie Watts may well have the lead now. Let's see. Yes, it's done it, I think. Robbie Watts leads as another back marker side by side. 3-1 as they pass the back marker. Who's going to have the lead? Malcolm Scott on the inside line. He gets the lead back once again. Down the hill. They go back up to Druids again. They put the brakes on underneath the new liveried bridge as they up Hailwood Hill. Another piece of traffic to deal with. And they go down this straight towards Graham Hill Bend. They go through the corner now then. Put the power on the two cars nose to tail as they head into 30s for another time. Malcolm Scott still leads the way from Robbie Watts. 30s, McLaren now one. Again goes round the outside for clearways, and it's overlapping not as much as he has done in the past though. So Malcolm Scott continues to lead. They power down the Brabham Straight. Then they can get onto the brakes for Paddock Hill Bend, and they've got more traffic to deal with. This short Brands Hatch Indy circuit, and the speed differences between the Formula Ford 1600s, for example, and these Formula 3 2-litre engine cars, slicks and wings, really prove to be a trouble with the traffic around this circuit. And now Robbie Watts all over the back of him again, looking to the inside for 30s. They go through there, and it's still Scott that leads. Just Robbie Watts seems to be quick around that part of the circuit. Can't do it still. Power now onto the Brabham Straight. That Lola to lap again, but proved problematic for Robbie Watts earlier in the race. Not long to go now either, so Malcolm Scott, now with that slight gap he has over Robbie Watts will be wanting to get that gap back in as quick as he can, and he certainly proved to earlier on when he dropped away. More traffic to do as they now plummet down towards Graham Hill Bend. Onto the brakes they go, and much later on the brakes is Robbie Watts. Now it's right underneath him again. So Malcolm Scott still leads though. Robbie Watts behind. They head down into 30s. There's a piece of traffic to do. Robbie Watts darts to the outside line, and Malcolm Scott gets down behind the traffic, and Robbie Watts goes right around the outside to take the lead. So Robbie Watts leads the way. Robbie Watts leads then as they head through Clark Curve, and look at the gap he's pulled out. Malcolm Scott got stuck right behind that piece of traffic there. So that there had probably caused the victory to go Robbie Watts' way. They complete the 11th lap. That piece of traffic that was problematic for Malcolm Scott was Terry Clark, his Reynard 903. So now can Robbie Watts start to pull away from Malcolm Scott as they head through Graham Hill Bend? Well, what's happened in the battle for third? because we haven't obviously been watching that lately. Well, it's still nose to tail, and now Richard Purcell is actually in front of Tony Bishop. So Purcell ahead of Bishop as they head down into Surtees. Nose to tail motoring as they go now through McLaren up into Clearways. Anthony Bishop can't get through in the ex-Tristan Cliff, the champion last year. His ex-Tristan Cliff car, and now he's right behind. What can Bishop do? They head down into Paddock Hill Bend. Just a couple of car lengths between them. Climb the hill now. This seems all rather calm after the Robbie Watts Malcolm Scott battle of a few laps. They're going the car in front of them and spins, just because we haven't had enough drama in this race. Battle of a third has a spinner right in front of them. Now look at Anthony Bishop, he's right underneath the rear wing now of Richard Purcell. Richard Purcell in the 3-year newer car. So what can Anthony Bishop do? He's right underneath him now as they head through Clearways, and it spins! Richard Purcell spins to the inside of the circuit. So Bishop takes third. Now, depending if Purcell can get back going, Jared Wood in the Formula Vauxhall Lotus may well take fourth, and I think he will, because Richard Purcell's going nowhere there on the other side of the circuit. Not long to go now. Wonder if they're checking flag it off a lap early. Not sure. 3 wide across the line. I think that's all people lapping people and so on. Antonio Perry there, I think, getting held up. And to come through and make the most of the traffic did Robbie Watts to take the race victory by 3 seconds to Malcolm Scott. In third was Tony Bishop, 4th was Jared Wood, 5th was Antonio Perry, 6th Jim Timms, in 7th Simon Longer, and 8th was Peter Venn. So on the front row, it's the 2 Jedis. It's Mark Fortune and Dave Corner. They're only separated by 400 second, and then only another 400 second to the third. And starts in third, it's Adrian Wright. Alongside him is Jason Timms. On the third row of the grid is Christian Parker and Jeff Third. First of the Formula Ford starts 7th, that's Owen Sargent. And alongside him on the 4th row of the grid is Jeremy Timms. Back, and the red lights go out, and the race is away then. The first Monoposto race for these guys. We saw the one earlier on for the 2000 cars, and into the lead. It's side by side between the 2 Jedis. It's Mark Fortune and Dave Corner. They're side by side as they head up. And Corner's trying to come round the outside a bit later on the bikes as they go into Druids. I think Mark Fortune's going to be at the front. Is he because still coming round the outside? It's Dave Corner. He's going to go to the front. He does. Great driving from Dave Corner. Right round the outside of Paddock and right round the outside of Druids. He leads the way then. Deserves it as well. So they now power their way down to Surtees. Jason Timms there in third as well. Just behind the 2 Jedis. Timms trying to come round the outside of Fortune. Dave Corner getting away already and right round the outside for second. Mark Fortune seems to not have much grip at the moment, because I think we're about to get a change for second. Yes, in front there goes Timms as they cross the line for the first time. They put the brakes on. Hear the motorbike engines there powering these front runners. I say now, huge line of cars heading up into Druids. It looks like we're going to have a change middle of the pack there. I think a change for something like 4th position. Could well have been Adrian Wright gaining the position. We got side by side action. Jeff Byrne involved in all that. And now the Formula Ford there of when Surgeonson in the Swift trying to come through. And up into Clearways. This queue of about 10 cars in the battle for the lead. Incredible stuff from these Monoposto machines. And now they power then across the line. And it's side by side for the lead. And right round the outside in there goes Jason Timms. He makes his way past Dave Corner. And then right behind Dave Corner is Mark Fortune. Now they climb the hill. And they make their way there into Druid Hairpin. 4th position is Adrian Wright. 5th is Jeff Fern. Now Tim's starting to make a small break already. And this battle now for third. Mark Fortune has got the hold of Adrian Wright. Adrian Wright making his way up the order. So now Fortune doesn't want to have to defend because he's now attacking Dave Connor for second. The two Jedis absolutely together. Tim slow out the corner, slightly slower than the Jedis behind. Dave Connor was getting right on his towel at the pads. He had to back out of it because here comes Mark Fortune. He goes second. So the two Jedi swap around. Adrian Wright now has the different Jedi, the car of Dave Connor right in front of him. He goes up on the inside of Connor. He goes past, does he? They're side by side into Druids and there's contact. The two cars spin. And more cars. Oh, this is disastrous. Absolutely disastrous. What's going to be the outcome of that then? There's Wright recovering Surgeon just over. No, it's not Fat Wood Surgeon. It might be the Formula. I think it was Surgeon in fact, actually. Right, we're trying to sort all this out for you because now we've got two at the front. And we've got a big gap because Adrian Wright perhaps a bit ambitious on the brakes. So, Jason Timms makes his way across the line. Now it's the battle for fourth to watch for. This is Adrian Wright now attacking Owen Surgeon. He's up on the inside of the Formula Ford 1800. The Formula Ford Z-Tech machine loses the place there. The 13-year-old Swift gets passed by the GEM of Adrian Wright. Scrap between the Formula Ford machines. I think these cars may well be a lap down, but they're side by side through the clearways corner. So then on the car, one of them runs into the gravel trap, and he makes his way back out, but that wasn't ideal situation for the driver there. So, that one looking up now, a problem there. Yes, a problem for one of those Formula Ford machines. Obviously contact there. And I think that could well be the Mygao of Douglas McClay. And the car peels off to the side of the circuit. Jeff Vernon has Adrian Wright all over the back of him. Right, going to the outside, and it's going to go right round him, is he? Yep, Adrian, oh no, still alongside. So Adrian Wright and Jeff Vernon squeezes him to the curb. But Adrian Wright has fought his way back after what was his mistake at Druids earlier in the race. Still at the front of the pack. And then nose to tail, still at the front of the pack. It's Timms, but Fortune all over the back of him in that Jedi. Jedi goes to the inside. Right, Fortune again tries that Surtees manoeuvre. That's not on though. Too fast in these cars. Few car lengths now Timms has got. Fortune certainly got more pace than he did earlier in the race. Perhaps getting the grip now in that Jedi. Got the tyres up to working temperature, right in the slipstream now. The outside line he attempts as they head into clearways. Can he do it? No, not yet. He tries to cut back. He still tries to cut back. There's some traffic though. They get past the back marker. Still nose to tail for the race lead. Mark Fortune trying everything he can, everything that he knows to get past Jason Timms. Again, looks to the inside of Jason Timms, but can't do it. Mark Fortune, that Jedi, cannot get through. Nothing between the two cars. They now power down the Brabham Straight towards Paddock Hill Bend. Can't get away through as of yet. Now they head up into Druids. Can't get through. So they turn into Granville Bend. Some Formula Ford traffic to deal with. The Formula Ford not really staying out of the way too much. What means Mark Fortune can't have his dive up on the inside for 30s. They head into clearways now. Only a couple of minutes on the clock. It's going to be an exciting end to the race. Can Jason Timms hold on to Mark Fortune? He's right behind him now in the slipstream. Down the Paddock Hill Bend they come. Round the outside. Come on, he's going to go right round the outside of Paddock Hill Bend, is he? Right round the outside of Paddock to go to the front. Mark Fortune leads. A lap now, John Whitbourne. Round of applause in the Paddock Hill Ben Gravel grandstand as Fortune goes to the front. He's got another Jedi to lap. Now, if he didn't stay out of the way, that may not help him. They go either side of the Jedi because Tim's goes to the inside of it. So down to through 30s for the final time. Then McLaren and clearaways for our race leader. Mark Fortune is going to win the first round of the Cross Electronics Mono race. And he's about to get the checkered flag. And he crosses the line for victory. And he pulled out a massive gap to Jason Timms by the end of the race. 4 seconds. In third position was Adrian Wright in that GM, 12 seconds down. Owen Sturgeon took the win in the Formula Ford class in his Swift. In 5th was Jeff Byrne, 6th was Craig Howard, 7th was Jeremy Timms, the last person not to be lapped. In 8th was John Whitbourne, 9th was Julian Hoskins, and to round out the top 10 was Chris Chandler. I have been Joshua Barrett, and this has been a J Barrett Motorsport video.